Well, welcome to another episode of Your Optimum Health with Dr. Edmund Chein. Dr.
Hi.
Chein, welcome.
Thank you.
Now, I know you're getting ready to go on a pretty big journey. You go to China because you have another office there.
Yes.
About every 6 weeks, 8 weeks,
Yes.
something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But before you go, what I'd like to know is we're going to talk about the brain and really what it's all about. And this is going to be a four-part series, so it'll be about each segment will be about 5 to 7 minutes long. And the goal is to really have you dive in and talk about, hey, first of all, hey, what is the brain? We kind of take it for granted. Hey, that's where we do our thinking and that kind of stuff. But I know it has a lot more than that. And a lot of times as we get older, we think, well, if we exercise, we keep our cardiovascular up, we're going to be good. But we hear nowadays there's so much going on from a brain standpoint.
And brain injuries.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. So,
To-
so what I'd like you to do today is, if you could, in this first segment, is kind of take us through kind of the fundamentals of the brain.
Okay. Uh, Basically, I think I want to use these four videos to tell the audience basically how to keep the brain optimal, function-wise optimal, and how to find out it's not. Because the brain itself is the knowing organ. So if we have some problem with some parts of the body, we say, "Oh, I feel the pain." The organ that tells you that you've got something wrong is the brain. So I feel sick, I feel weak, I'm fatigued, I can't sleep. Everything is the brain telling you. If you don't have the brain, nothing's going to tell you something's wrong. Make sense?
Yes.
So now coming back, do you have a physical exam your brain every month, every year? No. You check chemistry, CBC, blood test and everything. Nobody checks your brain. So your brain can deteriorate over time as you age, and gets into the senile dementia area, Alzheimer's, and we'll talk about other types of brain injury, the common, not encephalitis and meningitis, that type of thing. That's rare. We're going to talk about four common types of brain diseases or injuries. Basically, I want to cover Alzheimer's and dementia. They are actually interchangeably. These two conditions have unique features, but then they have also common features.
Okay.
That condition is the most common and affects our audience the most. If you're in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, you may have some dementia coming already. You just don't know that because your knowing organ is not functioning. Okay, the organ that lets you know that you have something wrong is not working, so you don't know.
So it's like almost having a bad connection or a loose connection in your brain, so it's not always sending the right signal. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. So I want to give you some free tests to do at home that you can do, and basically you can do your annual brain exam, physical exam yourself, and say, "Oop, I got a problem. I got to see a doctor."
Okay.
Or I got to do something about it. So there's the dementia, the Alzheimer, and then there's the traumatic brain injury, which is a very broad category now. You used to say, "Oh yeah, I had an accident. Oh yeah, I knocked my head. Oh yeah, I have loss of consciousness. I had brain injury or whatever." Now it's not. Traumatic brain injury now applies to even our vets coming back from Iraq and Afghan, just simply exposed to explosions.
Oh, really?
Just be near explosions, watching the explosions going off, gets injured because of the concussion, the brain, the shocking. So it's happening to our soldiers, not to mention, of course, our football players and our mixed martial art, fighters. So I want to talk about that. And I also want to talk about chronic CTE, which is a common word that
What does that mean?
yeah, exactly. What does it mean,
Yeah.
So I want to talk about it. I don't want to miss that. It's chronic traumatic encephalopathy. It's a term coined by a neurologist for the American football, not European football.
Not rugby football.
Yeah, not rugby
Okay,
football, but
okay.
American football
Okay.
players. He discovered that problem in these players because it was assumed by the NFL that, well, if they wear a helmet and they never pass out, they didn't have problem. No, just the repeated banging helmet against helmet over 10 years' time over 2 years' time, in many high school kids, they were diagnosed to have CTE. And so the CTE term, chronic traumatic encephalopathy term, is actually applicable only to American football players.
Okay.
But I want to mention that too.
And it's not restricted just to any age. I mean, because we see kids pee-wee football, right?
Yes.
I mean, could it actually start occurring and being developed then?
Then,
Okay,
yes.
all right.
And the important thing I want this video to be of value is the tests. You know, the simple tests that you can do at home. You know, I want to offer to the public.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like if I come to you and I say, you know, you're doing a reaction test. You know, we've all seen it where I cross my knee and you hit me on the knee and it kicks out, or you know, something here. But it's like, how do you test the brain? I mean, give me an example.
Yeah, well,
because you said there's some tests.
Yes, there are 3 tests that I want to introduce to the public. The most popular, the one we already have done, was a previous video, was the one-leg stand test.
Yes.
And with your eyes closed, count to 5. You know, so if you can, with your eyes open, stand on one leg, you know, whichever position you want, and that's the easiest position because you've got 2 arms to balance it. With one leg, eyes open, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's if you pass that. Now you do it again with your eyes closed. And if you cannot go beyond 5, you got a brain injury.
Okay.
You got a brain problem, and that's what we taught the public about. I think it was very popular.
Yes.
Received a lot of thumbs up. Now this time I want to introduce 2 more easy tests like that, and one is called reversing numbers.
Okay.
Okay. Reversing from our normal people can reverse up to 7 numbers.
Okay.
Random numbers. So you can do it. You can have your friend do it for you, your coworker, your relative, your spouse do it for you. And basically it's 1 9 and you say 9 1. Okay, 1 9 2 2 9, and then you have to repeat 2 9 1. Keep going until this guy cannot do it anymore. Until your subject or you to be tested, you can't go. You cannot reverse. And you allow 3 mistakes. 3 mistakes, it's failed. So you can try 3 times. If you're wrong 3 times, you failed.
Does this somehow? I know we've done the function test. And I know you offer that.
Yes. It was in the function test.
Is it the same kind of thing where
it was in the
gives me
function?
the number? Okay.
It was in the function test. But the one leg stand was not in the function test.
Right.
And the third test that I want to offer.
Now, before you offer that test, because we're run out of time here, there's 3 tests.
Yeah.
What's probably the best way for these people to get these tests?
Oh, to call my secretary, Jordan, 760-327-8939, or email me, edmund@yahoo.com, which may or may not be on the screen. And then ask for the test.
Okay.
And the third one actually is called MOCA test, MOCA, Montreal Cognitive Assessment Test, MOCA test, and it has many tests on one page. We'll give it to you for free. But I just picked up one just now before I walked in here. So this is what it looks like. It's pretty easy, simple, but gets harder and harder. And on the bottom here, it's called 5 words in 5 minutes test. Okay, and it has it here. For example, it tells you phase, velvet, church, daisy, red. So if you're the patient, I'm the doctor, or I'm the friend testing you, or you to be tested, your friend will say to you, phase, velvet, church, daisy, red. Okay, now put it down. Okay, let's talk about something else. And you put the timer on, your iPhone timer. Make it alarm in 5 minutes, and let's say, okay, how's the weather? Where are you going? What are you doing this weekend? And what happened last week? And just talk about everything. Did you read the paper today? What's the news? And beep, 5 minutes is up. Okay, tell me those 5 words.
So face, velvet, church, daisy, red.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So I'd have to now. Do they have to come back in any particular order? Or I just have to remember those 5 words.
Any order is pass. Any order is pass.
And these tests that they can call, I believe the number's on the screen now. They can call and ask for Jordan.
Yes.
And ask for these. She'll send those to you in an email, so you can easily do this and test it yourself.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of things. Usually the test comes when unfortunately our parent or our aging aunt and uncle or whoever it is are starting to forget things,
Yeah.
like your name,
Yeah.
or where their keys are, or where their car's parked.
Yeah.
Then it becomes an issue that it's a problem. The one thing I want to ask today is, with this, you just came back from a very large conference specifically on brain health.
Yes.
You know, we think of Alzheimer and dementia. We mean layman is that's like a death sentence. There's no coming back from that.
No, it's not now. Good news, it's not. It's totally reversible. But the key is the sooner you treat that problem, the faster you get well.
Okay.
Just like any other illness.
Great.
So it's very key to know it soon. But problem is, why do we see people Alzheimer's and dementia such a late stage? Because they don't know.
Yeah.
The knowing organ. If you have pain, a little bit pain, you're gonna. It depends on your sensitivity to pain. You're gonna moan and groan, right? We call,
Right,
you know,
right.
I want to see a doctor. You know, make an appointment next week. You know, but the knowing organ, when the knowing organ is not knowing that it's going, you're not gonna know until real late stage when you can't find where you park your car anymore. You know, when you can't recall your wife's name, you know you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Too late. That's already too late. So the advice is the sooner you find it, such as doing the test that we talk about, this one leg stand, you can find out way early. Very mild condition, you won't be able to close your eyes and stand on one leg. And those reverse numbers and those 5 words, 5 minute tests, you'll fail those tests way early. Pick it up, go see the doctor. Next important thing we learned last weekend, was don't go for any drugs. There is, take my word for it, there is no Alzheimer's drugs today. Today is, in March 2017. Today there is none in the world. One drug that can cure Alzheimer or dementia. None. Zero. Okay, so the only way to cure it, and Dr. Dale Bratson of UCLA has shown that he can cure it, and now he's teaching it, which, that's why I went, and we learned, no drug. The whole weekend, there was no drug. If I was a drug man, I'll be totally disappointed.
No prescription.
No prescription. I don't need a prescription to cure Alzheimer. I could be a naturopath. I could be a non-MD. I could be a quack. I could be a quack going to that conference and cure Alzheimer's and senile dementia. Wow. It's that simple. Or I could be a chiropractor and cure senile dementia, senile dementia and Alzheimer's. That's how important it is for you to know, for the public to know, to know that, there's a cure, and the cure does not involve drugs.
Well, Dr. Chein, I can't wait to talk to you more about the next step. And now, in the next episode, give us a headline of what we're going to talk about in the next episode, so you'll be ready for it next week.
Yeah, we want to talk about causes.
Okay.
Then we're going to about tests. We're going to repeat those 3 tests and more. Okay, and different kinds of imaging tests. Why should I have that? What's the difference between PET scan and a SPECT scan and an MRI? Why should I do all 3? Why should? Can I do just one? All those things. We're going to talk about tests to prove that, to prove the diagnosis. Then we're going to go to the treatment.
Excellent.
It varies a little bit. The traumatic brain injury varies a little bit from treatment for Alzheimer's, but many of them are common.
Great. Well, Dr. Chein, thank you for enlightening us to the fact that I'm excited to know that now that all this type of brain injury or I guess we just think of it as aging issue can be reversed.
Can be reversed.
But catch it early. Make sure you call today. Call Jordan right now. Yeah. She's in the office. The number's on the screen. Call her now and say, hey, I was just watching the show with Dr. Chein, and he said to call you, and you would share with us the MOCA test, the balance test, and the
numbers reverse.
The numbers reverse test, and do that now. And she'll just send them to you in an email. She'll just take care of that. So, well, Dr. Chein, thank you so much, and I look forward to these next sessions.
Thank you. You're welcome.
We'll see you next time on Your Optimum Health. I'm Jeff Harrison.
Dr. Edmund Chein.
See you next time.